Welcome to iPhone Post.
Near Orbit Vanguard Elite, or N.O.V.A, is a first-person shooter from Gameloft for the iPhone. The introductory movie begins with a marine on a ship being assaulted by unknown aliens. At this point, the communication breaks down and you learn what happened there during the game. The player is an ex-marine that is being recalled to duty by force and has to investigate the Colonial Pride, a military ship which the series planet lost communication with. As soon as the game loads, you can jump directly in the last game you saved using the continue button, begin a new one, start a multiplayer match, or play a certain level. N.O.V.A features 3 difficulty settings, with the hard setting being opened after you complete the normal mode. In terms of options, you can adjust the sound volume, controls along with defining your own control scheme, advanced options where you can choose to auto-aim or not, the standard languages for most iPhone games, and also you can see the achievements you can or have already opened, adding to the depth of the game, making you replay it until you have opened them all. In terms of levels, there is a tutorial level and afterwards 12 levels ranging from jungle to ships, military installations, citadels, where you can battle out against all types of enemies and escape various hazards. Graphics-wise, the game has a great atmosphere, lots of environments to travel through, and additional effects like God rays through trees and reflections on surfaces add to the immersivity. The impacts look good and you can see easily if you are hit or if you've hit somebody. The fireballs launched by enemies are impressive, and the dematerialization effect when enemies die also is. One problem with the graphics is that a larger field of view could have helped, because enemies standing on your flanks are hard to see. The ship interior also looks good, with lights coming from everywhere. Concerning gameplay, you have a lot of things to do, like dodge asteroids, navigate various hazardous areas, and occasionally do some hacking that requires you to connect power from a generator to consumers. The IE is good dodging, hiding behind corners, throwing grenades, but you also have the tools to kill it, including a shock power you can use to stun them. If you lose too much shield, it starts blinking red, the next shot killing you. At this point you have to hide behind something and wait for it to regenerate. After the fights, the enemies usually drop ammo you use to replenish the ones you lost, keeping you always in the middle of the action. The arrow of the top of the display indicates the way you should go in case you are lost. There are times when you exit the pressured rooms and venture on the outside of the ship, where your shield wears off slowly and you have to find another pressured room for it to recharge. There are multiple paths to choose from sometimes, and for example, you can either continue it through the exterior of the ship or restock on your ammo from an armory, which you can access via an elevator. When crates like this one appear, you can activate the hacking minigame, and if you solve it correctly, you get the reward. A failure resets the puzzle. After you are done with collecting ammo for your guns, you can return on the normal path. The sounds in the game are really good, and the sounds which the weapons of the player and of the enemies make fit into the sci-fi setting perfectly. The only downside would be that all enemies make the same noises when they are near. To sum it up, N.O.V.A is a fun game with lots of enemies to kill in different ways, although getting to some things is rather difficult, with the jumping system needing improvement.